What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to Cantina Jargon. My name is Caden, or Cantina Talk, with Joe, or Judge Jargon, as always.
What's up, guys? What's going
Cantina
on?
Jargon, episode 46.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a couple
We got
weeks.
a lot of Star Wars news the last few weeks, man. It's been kind of crazy.
Shit hit the fan. That's it's been a lot.
Yeah, and there's been stuff we haven't even talked about, like
The Mando rumors. Yeah, there's a whole lot.
Well, even like there was movie news about like the Rey movie, I think, like
Yeah,
a day ago or so.
Also with Ryan Gosling too. There's so much.
Oh yeah, Gosling, dude, what the crazy, crazy,
insane. It's gonna be a packed one today.
Yeah, it's like Skeleton Crew just ended, and then it's like, okay, finally some real news is coming out, like about what might happen in the future. Because 2025, we have nothing besides Visions and Andor.
Yeah, as far as we know, anyway. Yeah, I mean, I feel like at Celebration they might announce something coming out in like fall or winter, but it's probably not gonna
be like
an
animated show, or do you think it'd be like a live action?
Yeah, I feel like it's probably gonna be like, I don't know. I feel like it has to be animation.
Right, because if it was live action, we would know by now, for sure.
Yeah, and like, it's Star Wars Celebration is back this year, and only have 2 projects coming out. That doesn't feel likely. Like,
yeah, well, I think they're gonna have a lot of announcements for 2026. Like this Levy movie is 100% happening.
Yeah, yeah, it's moving forward. That's a guarantee anyway.
Let's talk about this for a second.
So first one,
the last time. Okay, let's talk about this for a second. Celebration. Last time we had it was 2023.
Yeah.
Europe,
okay. UK. Yeah. Europe.
Yeah. And they announced 3 movies: Mangold, Rey movie, Filoni movie. That's what they announced. 2026 is rolling around. We're getting 2 movies: Favreau and Levy. Like, how are they going to go ahead and announce 2 different movies? Or I'm sorry, 3 movies, and we're not getting any of those. We're getting 2 completely different movies that they just randomly came up with.
Yeah, in almost a 3 year, it'll be 3 years since that announcement, and we're getting at that point we'll have 1 movie, which is Favreau's, coming out that year.
But they didn't even announce Favreau's at Celebration. Yeah, it got announced afterwards. Like,
was it D23 or
no? It was just like a post on StarWars.com, just like, hey, Mando's coming to the big screen.
That's how they brought it back. I don't remember that.
It said like Mando's coming to the big screen. We're not doing.
Oh yeah, the article. Yeah, I remember that now.
Article. And it's just like, okay, there's no season 4, and also that article kind of said like Ahsoka season 2 is in pre-production.
Yeah.
So, but like that tells you everything you need to know about the mismanagement of like the film side at Lucasfilm right now. Like, I don't understand. They aren't even in production. They're not even going to start filming. The Rey movie doesn't even have a writer still. They're on like the 3rd writer.
Yeah, it's incredible, and I'm surprised the director has stayed on as long as they have.
It will change.
That's kind of what I'm saying. It's sitting with Herschel Ali. Like, whoever the director was at the time for Blade, like, I feel bad for them. Whoever signed that contract, because they were getting screwed. Along with Herschel.
Yeah.
Nick, thank you for the 199 super chat. 2 goats, and thank you, man.
Nick, thank you, man. Always appreciate seeing you in here. It just blows my mind that, like, yes, 2 movies are going into production. Well, one already finished production. The other one goes into production this year.
Yeah.
Which is the Levy movie, which allegedly has Ryan Gosling. Count me in.
Yeah, I've noticed some people saying that they don't like Gosling coming in. At this point, Star Wars has become mainstream. If you get Lizzo in season 3 of Mando, at this point, like, that barrier's already broken.
Oh,
like, it's.
I'm not like, I don't look, and I get that. The people have always said, like, you shouldn't have a bunch of big names and like Star Wars, whatever. People want Keanu Reeves as Revan. Like, I'd be fine with that too.
Dude, I don't think anyone would complain about Reeves being Revan. Maybe that he's too old now because they waited so long.
Because
he said he doesn't even know he can do next John Wick because of his knees.
True.
So, like, yeah. I sadly, I don't think we'll ever see him be Revan, at least on the big screen.
I mean, I don't think we will either, but I'm just saying in terms of like, big names in Star Wars, like, I'm totally cool with Gosling. He killed it in Blade Runner. He's going to be in Project Hail Mary. You Drive. Oh my dude. He's the best. He's the best.
A Place Beyond the Pines. One of my favorite movies.
I love that movie, dude.
Great movie.
Yeah. Like, dude, that chase on the motorcycle is like one of the best ever.
Ben Mendelsohn.
So good.
Yeah. The stacked
That's
cast.
That's a
where
great
Ryan Gosling
movie.
got married to Eva Mendes.
Yeah,
that's where they met.
right.
Yeah,
that's where they met. Yeah, I think he could be a really big fit or a good fit just because he's got like he kind of can do comedy a little bit, which I think Star Wars needs a little bit of lightheartedness in it, but he's also like incredible in action movies.
Yeah, I would just want to not lean too hard on the comedy.
Oh
Just
yeah,
because,
I don't want it to be like I don't want it to be Deadpool Wolverine,
yeah,
obviously.
that's what I'm saying. And like Sean Levy, he's a great director, but he's a comedy director in a way. Like he's made great movies, but he has a lot of comedic chops in them. And I
Yeah.
just hope it's not too much of that.
Yeah, I
But
agree. I hope
that's
it's
really
not
about.
too like I know it's like weird because like as Star Wars fans, we're always like we want it to be taken a little more seriously, like Andor style, but like it's true. Like it needs to grow up with its fan base.
Yeah,
Little kids don't really like Star Wars all that much, so it's like they like Marvel.
I mean, at least it's been more stable. Like it's
Yeah,
been like everything's been more inviting. I'd say like for that group to come in. There's
yeah,
been more things made for that group, I should say. Like
I
there's
would
like look at
agree.
Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man coming out in a week. Like
Yeah,
that's perfect. Like right there. That's not MCU canon, but that's gonna be. I guarantee kids are gonna watch a lot of that. I might
oh, I
not
mean,
watch it,
dude,
but
kids love Spider-Man. They like the Spider-Verse movies. Those aren't
yeah,
canon, but they
dude,
love those, you know?
exactly. And I mean, I should take it back. I'm gonna watch it because Charlie Cox is in it as Daredevil, so I'm gonna have to watch it. But
Oh, there
uh,
you go.
but yeah, besides that, I mean, like Marvel just has that opportunity there, and Star Wars hasn't really tapped into that. I don't think.
Hmm.
I
No, I don't
do.
think so. I mean, it's funny because like they tried to a Skeleton Crew, right? It's like, there's a lot of kid actors in it, but I
Yeah,
think like adults liked it more because of like the 80s nostalgia
yeah.
vibe to it.
I mean, it felt straight out of like the original trilogy. It felt
Yeah.
it felt like this was like a one-off story pulled from the OT.
Yeah. Overall, I mean, I really liked it. You liked the finale, right? Like I
Yeah,
thought you did.
Agent Lumberprop hasn't seen it at all yet.
I would recommend it, honestly. I mean,
Yeah,
there's a lot of stuff I wouldn't recommend that's come out in the past few years, but like Skeleton Crew, especially watching all the way through straight, like I think it would even be better. I think it's a lot of fun.
yeah. I think especially too, yeah, like you said, like having all the episodes just to go like the 30
Yeah.
minute episodes. That'd be that it would be perfect.
Yeah, it's fun. I really like seeing like the pirate aspect of Star Wars that we'd never really see.
They really baited us though with that cameo. That like
I
there's gonna be a
know.
cameo and there was nothing.
There was
there was.
nothing at all. It's
How
like,
do you not bring Hondo
okay.
into a pirate show? That's like
Yeah. I mean, I think it's also one of those things. So it's like it's a little open-ended. So there could be a season 2. But that being said, I don't think there's going to be a season 2. And
and I
mostly because of let's see what Llama Prop says here. Look at those Skeleton Crew numbers. Hasn't charted on top 10 at all. That's right. I'm tracking the numbers, man, and it's not looking good
and
at all.
like if they cut, for example, if they cut certain scenes, since Lama wasn't, I don't want to spoil too much, but if they cut certain scenes that we were supposed to get when Jod was talking
Yeah.
for season 2 appearance, I don't know, that's kind of shitty. I just hope that that's not the case. What are you gonna do?
I mean, yeah, I'm actually kind of shocked too. They cut some of those scenes that we heard about at least, but
Yeah, it's wild.
it didn't make the show any worse for me though. I mean, like I actually
No,
really enjoyed it
didn't take me out of it.
overall. It's weird because it's not like I enjoyed it overall. Like it was a really fun show. Might have worked better as a movie, which is we can say a lot about a lot of Disney Plus
Yeah,
shows. I feel like,
I think this is also the first show that John Watts has done. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this is the first like show he's done.
as far as I know, yes,
Same here. And I mean, he kills it with movies. So
he does. I like John Watts a lot. I would like to actually see him get to touch some more stuff in Star Wars because he really respected it. It seemed like, which was cool.
yeah, he like it felt very hands on.
Yeah, everyone that was involved in that project, it just seemed there was a lot of care. Even like listening to like the behind the scenes stuff with like Doug Chang and like I just think there's a lot of
back
like
Phil Tippett, like
yep. It's just very different from what we experienced with the Acolyte, like just 6 months prior, like
yeah,
it was with Acolyte. It was almost like Leslie was like telling us why she was such a big fan. And John Watts didn't need to say he was such a big fan at all. We can just tell by watching it.
Yeah, and I will say too, like people constantly saying like, I want to bring back to George Lucas Star Wars. That saying to me has gotten so dull. I don't believe it, especially after the Acolyte. But when Bryce said in the roundtable, like she's trying to do what George would have done. Like she's trying to lead in his footsteps. So like when she says it, I believe it. But when others do, it feels half baked, so to speak.
Well, it just feels like they're saying that because they feel like they have to. It's like,
yeah, like
it's out of control.
You're gonna get that good little group of fans in, and that's not the case.
Yep.
Andrew, welcome. Clark says if they make a Rey movie, they might as well remake the Christmas special. Agreed.
I am unlikely to watch either. I'll tell you that much.
I'd watch the holiday special if they like remastered it. I'd watch it.
Have you ever watched it?
Yeah, I forced myself to.
Oh my gosh!
I mean,
when
if I was a kid, I would have loved it.
Are you serious?
I feel like honestly, like if I was like 4 or 5 and I watched it, maybe like 3 or 4 and I watched it, maybe 5. I feel like I would have liked it.
I mean, I don't know. I didn't see it at that age, so maybe you're right. But like, dude, I'm watching it like in more recent times. I'm like, this is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, it is watching like the fact that even like happened is incredible to me.
I mean, yeah. I mean, watching it as a 21-year-old man, it doesn't do anything for me. But I mean, I could see how
I laugh when Harrison Ford is on screen. It's so funny. You can tell how much he does not want to be there and or care about the whole thing.
I mean, Lumpy. That was like to me. Like I mean, I thought like Lumpy just looks stupid. Like it looks so like funny to me. It's just like that was funny. I mean, but yeah, you could tell Harrison does not want to be there.
That's the funniest part about it is that like the actors are all there and they're just like reading the lines off like a teleprompter. It's horrible. When he goes, "You're like family to me," or whatever, that's like one of the funniest scenes when he's talking to Chewbacca's brothers or cousins or whatever it is.
I thought it was his son.
Oh
I thought Lumpy was his son.
You're right. It is.
Let me correct you in that lore real quick.
Yeah.
Lore.
I'm not gonna watch it ever again. I'll tell you that much. So it doesn't matter.
Don't blame you.
Clark, what's going on, man? Disney is so poorly ran right now. I'm waiting for the Oompa Loompas to sing to them as their project tanks. Yeah, I'm getting to the point, to be honest with you, where I'm concerned about the Mando movie even tanking. I think that's a possibility.
If the Embo rumors are true, then I'm right with you. If that's a real plot and the rumors of John not being there on set often, if that's real and true, which honestly I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't think it is. John is very hands-on. We've seen that especially with Iron Man, like in the behind the scenes. John, if he cares about something, he's in it 110%. But
so
Embo,
one of the leakers actually cleared that up. That John was not on set for like 3 weeks, but he had a severe case of COVID supposedly, and he was directing virtually. So he's still involved, obviously.
I mean, dude's sick. I mean, like,
yeah, that rumor, and they can't post-production. It would cost millions of dollars, right?
Well, yeah, no, there's no way. Like, unless like the lead star, like, but even then, they would just shoot scenes that he's not in. They would shoot around it.
Right. Here's the real major issue, though. I mean, the leaks, dude. I'm telling you, these leakers. Bespin Bulletin is one of the best leakers out there. He's almost never wrong. I really can't think of any time he's been wrong. He leaked that Mando was going to get a Naboo N1 starfighter. He leaked that Mando was gonna, or not Mando, Boba was gonna ride a Rancor.
I do remember I do remember that. I remember when that came out.
Dude, he leaked the Vespa scooters like a year before we saw them on screen.
Shit.
He's good. He's really good. He knows his shit, man. Christopher Lloyd was going to be in Mando season 3. He leaked that. And he's saying Embo from the Clone Wars is one of the main villains of the big return to theaters of the Mando movie, the Star Wars movie. This is their first movie in like 7-8 years.
I mean, damn. Are they going to bring Marok, Embo's dog, back? Like,
I don't know. We're gonna have two Maroks.
That's what I'm saying. Like, because that's Embo's dog's name. Like his hound's
Oh
his
my
hound's
gosh.
name is that. So
But
like, I mean, are we gonna see him sliding on his disc on his head? Like, are we gonna see him sliding down the snow? I don't. It's
it
not
sounds
doing it for me.
horrible.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what
it
I'm saying.
sounds
It sounds like a
horrible.
fan fiction like report. Like
It-
when you sent me that article, I was like, is this fan fiction? That was my first thought. I was like, are you
It
kidding
reads
me?
like that. And not only that, but they're both trying to capture Rada the Hutt. We saw this movie already.
This came out in 2008, dog.
Yeah.
What are we doing here? Like this was almost 20 years ago.
Dude, when we heard Rada the Hutt was in it, we were both kind of like, this could be really cool. We're gonna get some underworld. We're maybe
Yeah,
gonna
we're
have
gonna
a like a
some
kidnapping
legends,
plot.
like-
Yeah. No, none of that.
I just,
Oh, and not only that, we found out Sigourney Weaver is just playing a New Republic officer and has very, very minimal scenes.
what's the point of bringing Ripley? Oh my god, I
You know why they brought her in? And I can tell you exactly why they brought her in. It's because we no longer have Carl Weathers. So they said, let's bring another 80s legend in to kind of guide Mando on his way. Well, now he's got a New Republic officer who's going to guide him. Another 80s star from all the blockbusters in the 80s. We got Sigourney Weaver. That's it. That's it. That's all she's going to do is just tell Mando what to do.
I'm really not trying to be negative, but I'm tired of Disney wasting Sigourney Weaver. She got wasted in the Defenders. Like her character
Yeah.
was an absolute waste. And which sucks to say because I love Sigourney Weaver. So
Me too, man.
I just I haven't been like visibly frustrated like hearing things about Star Wars like as I am like right now. Like I just like
Dude, when I read the Imbo leaks, I had to take a step back and be like, this was the one movie where I was like, awesome. Favreau's directing. It takes place after Return of the Jedi, before the sequels. Like, we could actually get some really cool storylines here with Thrawn's back.
the Shadow Collective. Like
Word is
word on the street.
Thrawn, and I've heard this from multiple people. Thrawn is not in the movie at all.
Oh, I would not be surprised. I would not.
How
be
are you
surprised at all.
gonna take a whole damn show about bringing him back to the galaxy? Not only that, in Mando season 3, they mentioned Thrawn coming back to the galaxy. So clearly they're setting
And in
it
season
up.
2, like they first mentioned it in season 2, and then they brought
Right.
it back in season 3.
And then they brought him back in Ahsoka. He's in the galaxy now, and we're not gonna have him in the movie.
I mean, I get maybe not him appearing on screen, but a mention at least
No,
like
no, he has to be. And I don't care if it's even for a minute to be like, hey, maybe they're tracking Pelion. They know something's going on with Pelion. Great. At the end, they know Thrawn's back. Well, they should already know Thrawn's back because Ezra came back from his damn ship, dude.
if they don't know Thrawn is back, there's like,
Do they just not believe Ezra when he comes back with stormtrooper armor on?
and also a beard and aged
Yeah.
like 30 years.
Like,
Like
no one's seen you in like 10 years. Where you been? With Thrawn, and he's back. Like, I'm just, if I don't see the blue man, it's over.
dude,
It's
okay,
Jover.
They gave Lars the coldest opening when he walked up in Ahsoka and dropped that line.
I loved it.
Like, why did
I
Rossi? Thank you for the membership. Welcome in.
it's hard because thank you, Rossi. It's really hard to not jump the gun on this because number one, we haven't even seen an official trailer besides that like halfway leaked one, which actually looked pretty good.
For the 3 weeks that they had filmed at that point.
Right,
It looked
like-
great.
But that could also just be like the cold opening of the movie before like the actual plot gets rolling. And there was snow, so maybe Imbo is gonna
Dude, if okay, like I've never walked out of a movie before. If Embo comes sliding down the hill on a fucking on his
on his
thing,
cats.
I will leave the theater. I will go home. I will go home and I'll make a video immediately.
Oh my gosh.
That's
Dude, I'm worried, man. I'm genuinely worried. And this could be the nail in the coffin, in my opinion.
yeah, dude, I'm with you on that. I have faith in Dave, but I'm really worried.
I have
Especially-
faith in Favreau, man. I thought, Favreau as a director, they made the right call there. Start the movie out with Mando. That's great. That's a great way to lead people back into the theater and get people into this era, which is going to be the big Thrawn conflict, right? This is the way to do it. The way to not do it is to put some obscure Clone Wars character as a main villain.
That's
and
what
some
I'm
other-
saying.
and some other obscure Clone Wars baby Hutt as another part of it.
No one knows who. Okay, if
No
you
one
go,
knows.
if you walk up to someone on the street, ask them who Rada the Hutt is, they're like, who?
Or Imbo, dude. I had to literally look up Imbo when I heard it. I was like Imbo, and then it finally clicked with me. After I looked it up, I watched all of Clone Wars twice. I don't even remember this guy. Like I don't care.
He did stuff with like banking clans, I remember. But like,
Yeah, I know. I mean, I
voices
know
him
who it
too,
is now, but like, yeah, I'm just kind of like Dave. That's the other thing. Filoni voices him.
Filoni also voices Chopper. Like,
yeah, that's fine. But I mean, like, I don't.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. Like, dude, come on.
Like, okay, and we also we're gonna waste Cad Bane in Book of Boba Fett for one episode, and then we're gonna bring Embo into the movie.
Cad would have been a better person going after anyone than Embo.
Oh my god! Imagine Cad Bane and Mando going after it. Mando's got to get Boba on his side. Now we got Boba and Mando teaming up. I mean, against the Hutts and Cad Bane. I mean, that would have been way better. But I don't know. We probably have like a million chats to catch up to. And I'm sorry, guys. I am ranting because the rumor is terrible. And if you disagree, I want to hear why. You think it's going to be awesome with Embo in the movie theater when we're coming back to Star Wars movies for the first time in 7 years?
Yes, it's 2019. Like, if that's what you're going to do and that's what you think is going to bring the money back, then you have, like, my friend has truly been lost. Like, that's
I'm
what
worried.
It's like.
I'm worried that it's gonna flop, and what's gonna happen is they're gonna ditch this entire Thrawn campaign era. Which would just be the worst thing to possibly happen here.
Yeah, I'm hoping that doesn't happen. That would be the stupidest thing for them to do. That would be the stupidest thing.
Right, because if you kill that era now really, where do you take it? Where do you take it from there if you kill that era?
James
Old Republic.
That's their last option. Is at that point.
Yeah,
they already went forward. They already went back a little bit.
Yeah. Oh man, it's tough, man. All right, I don't know where we're at, so I'm just gonna let you.
Welcome, RJ. RJ says, to be fair, Star Wars has a lot of big. Sorry, to be fair, Star Wars has a lot of big stars: Christopher Lee, Peter Cushing, Alec Guinness, to name a few. That they do. I don't know. If we got Ryan Reynolds in a Star Wars movie, I'd be a little pissed because I know he's just going to be Ryan Reynolds, and that's fine. Ryan Reynolds is great, but not for Star Wars. That's
agreed.
Like The Rock. I do not want to see The Rock with a lightsaber in Star Wars. If I do, I'm walking out of the theater.
Yeah. The guys he named there have extremely good acting chops, right? So it's like we need like a really seasoned talent. Like if we're getting, and I think Ryan Gosling could be that. Because when I see Ryan Gosling, I don't think, oh, that's Ken or that's. I mean, I think of Drive. I think of Blade Runner.
I think of like Place Beyond the Pines, like immediately.
Yeah, and he plays different characters in all those, but it's like it's a badass character in all those. It's cool, man.
I mean, you might disagree with those, but another one for me, I think would be Jake Gyllenhaal.
Ooh, I could see that.
Like, I don't think I'd ever want to see him in Star Wars, but I know he could still do it well.
I agree.
Tom Hardy, like, think about how many iconic roles this dude has had. Every single time he looks different, he looks transformed. Like, I don't like when I watch Venom, I'm like, oh, that's Eddie Brock. But when I go watch Legend, I'm like, oh, that's the Cray twins. Like, Tom Hardy, like, I don't think he's great for Star Wars, but dude is like great in everything. Like he's different in everything. He is too. He's one of those guys that's like that.
Christian Bale's kind of like that too. He's played a lot of different types of roles, which is wild considering he was also Batman. But
yeah. RJ says, I'm pretty sure Adam Driver was fairly well known when The Force Awakens came out too. I believe he was up and coming, right? And that like propelled his career, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong.
I did know who he was at that time. He was pretty popular on a show called Girls on HBO, but I don't think he had really jumped into movies yet. So I think he wasn't like
mainstream yet.
Right. Anyway. I think that was kind of his first big movie.
I do hope the Levy movie is in the High Republic, but I doubt it now.
Really? Because I hope it's in the Mando era.
That would be ideal. I mean, reports are also having that it could be the Rey movie, like be like in Rey's timeline area.
Yeah,
which
see, I'd rather him like actually. I don't know. I just want to see them commit to one era and not be jumping all over the damn place. Personally,
Thank you. That's all I needed to hear.
that's exactly true. Yeah, those movies would be terrible without him.
I go to those movies just to see Tom Hardy. Like,
yeah, I mean, look at all the other Sony Spider-Verse movies. They're all
Like-
flops.
my wife was talking to me about how they just got like, a new poster at the movie theater for a movie with Paul Rudd and Jenna Ortega, like about like killing a magic unicorn or something. And I was just like, okay, after Ant-Man and the Wasp, I will never go to the theater to go see a Paul Rudd in a movie. Like,
I like Paul Rudd, man.
Like, I
but
love
that
Paul
was
Rudd.
a
Like,
horrible movie.
like I'll say, like I love him and Sean William Scott together. Like those two together is perfect. But I'm not gonna go see like I'm not gonna go see Zachary Levi with a purple crayon. I'm not gonna go see Paul Rudd go hit a unicorn. Like it's
yeah.
the same thing. It's not. Yeah.
I don't want Paul Rudd in Star Wars. That's for damn
No,
sure. I
that's
can't
not-
get. Yeah,
I love Paul Rudd, but not the place for it. There isn't even any hype for the Mando movie, sadly. It's so
I
bad.
mean, understatement. It's like getting. I would say like my hype is like completely gone to the point where I'm like kind of worried about it even coming out. I'm like,
yeah,
man.
it's worrisome.
Yeah, we better get something at Celebration that really turns this around because things are bleak right now. Is the best way I can put it.
The fact that DC is kicking Star Wars' ass and they haven't even released anything yet is insane.
Right, just one trailer, and it's like,
And
the Creature Commandos. Yeah.
Yeah, like,
dude, they already have started filming Supergirl.
yeah, and yeah, dude.
I mean, they don't even have a movie out yet, and they're already filming their second one.
Yeah, we are like arguably the sequel to it because like in the trailer, she's in the trailer. If you look
Right.
when Kal-El is holding the droid, you can see. Yeah. But anyway, like
I mean, that's the thing. I'm talking like James Gunn actually knows how to run these things, and he's doing it. He's already showing how well he can do it. And I mean, it's just. I think DC is going to be huge. I think they're actually going to give Marvel a run for their money here in a few years.
look from like 2018 and on what James Gunn has done like leading up. Like dude has just been going like boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Like he has a plan.
Sure does.
Artist says, I do hope Skeleton Crew gets to season 2. I'd say the difficulty though would be thinking how to advance the story from there on. Would it be more Jod centric? Honestly, I think that would be the way to go. I don't know how much more you could do with the kids. It's not like a Stranger Things thing where you can just like
yeah. I think I agree. It's not like it wouldn't be following the kids. In fact, it probably would mostly be following Jod. And then we might catch up with the kids here or there, would be my guess.
What's going on, Dan? Welcome.
Delta Dan.
Al says if they want to give a female director another project, give it to Bryce Dallas Howard.
I've only been saying it for like 4 years, man. I'm
Since
with you
the Katie Sackhoff
100%.
episode. I mean, even in season 1, her episode was great.
Yep, her episode in season 1, season 2, season 3.
I mean, it's not like
it's not her fault. I actually really
Yeah,
liked some of that.
she got the short end of the straw on that one.
Yeah, she did. Her
Dan
Skeleton Crew
says,
episode was good.
The holiday special is bad.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Dude, this Mando movie is getting me like heated. I'm like not even kidding. Like I am literally. I don't know why. Like I don't know. Let's just keep going.
I was saying, yeah, it's just like
sound off,
I get
guys.
frustrated just like thinking about it. I'm like, what? Like
They're copying the homework of a disliked Clone Wars movie, also made by Filoni.
Which
what is he doing? What is Dave doing?
I don't know. At this point, I'm scared. Like it's weird. It's coming from me to say that I'm truly scared for Star Wars is that says a lot. Like I really tried to give Acolyte a chance, and I really tried, and it's I'm scared. Clark says it's a shame we finished the Cantina background voices before I started watching Peaky Blinders.
Clark, send me some more, man. Send me some more. I don't care. Send them.
Speaking of Tom Hardy, Peaky Blinders, great. Alfie Solomons, like
yeah,
dude, like
holy shit, he is pretty versatile. Good call.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, dude, he can do so much stuff. It's insane.
Yeah, Mad Max.
There we go. Islam Prop says, imagine if somehow Gideon returns again.
No,
I would
no.
be pissed. I would actually.
That would be
pissed.
my walkout moment. I think yours is going to be Imbo snowboarding.
Like
mine's going to be the fucking Gideon revival or clone reveal. I'm done, man.
I love Giancarlo Esposito, but enough's enough, dude. And like enough's enough.
He says, why would Mando take on Thrawn, though? Gideon was kind of acting on his own outside the Shadow Council. Yes, so okay. I'm gonna outline this whole thing for you. Gideon was acting on his own. Great. Gideon is dead. Now, the story is Mando is working for the New Republic. Well, the New Republic still wants to dismantle the Shadow Council or Collective, whatever the hell you want to call it, who is now going to be run by Thrawn. Thrawn will have ultimate power over the Empire because he's the highest ranking official in the Empire. He's back in the galaxy, which we know via Ahsoka. We got the Thrawn name drop in season 2, in season 3. We got him returning in Ahsoka season 1, and now we're getting a movie. This whole era is moving to the big screen. And you're telling me Thrawn isn't going to play any role at all, not even from the shadows. We're going to get a story about Rada the Hutt and Imbo?
Played by Lip Gallagher.
Where is Boba? He better be in the damn movie, dude. I swear.
There's reports he's not. Temet
I know
he's not in.
I know there's reports he's not in it, but man, he better be in that damn movie because what in the world are they smoking over there?
Death sticks. That's what they're smoking over there. The
death sticks. Yeah.
That's they're doing that. They're eating the food at Dex's Cantina or his
at the diner. Yeah.
Agent Llama Prop says if they care about the cohesive vision, there should be a scene setting up Thrawn in some way, even if it's just a hall message between Pillion and Thrawn.
Sure.
Agreed.
Sure. I'm even like an ending scene of just like, man, he's onto us, you know, the New Republic's onto us. I mean, obviously the New Republic is hunting. They're hunting Imperials.
I mean, literally, the plot could have been. I mean, let's just take the whole Rada thing out of this equation, for example, for a second here. The entire movie could have been Mando going around and hunting all the Imperial warlords
from the Shadow
of the Shadow Collective up until when he got to Thrawn or Pillion anyway.
Pillion, yep.
Like that, I would be more excited for that.
Would have made an awesome movie. He goes around hunting different Imperial warlords. And he gets the Pillion is like something seriously messed up here. Like they got like a whole ass army. That'd be cool.
Fleet.
Yes, they got a fleet. Well, he has the Night Sisters with him. I mean,
well,
you know,
he has his own like. I shouldn't say fleet, but he has his own army. Like
right.
There might be zombies, but he's got his own army.
Hey, he's got his own army, man.
Arja says, out of all the shows and movies, The Mandalorian is the one show they need to feature Thrawn, whether it is a cameo or full-fledged villain for the movie. Exactly.
Amen.
I mean, The Mandalorian was the first show on Disney Plus that came out with Disney Plus. That's their trademark.
It kicked off this whole era. I mean, the show kicked off this whole era for us.
Thrawn should be limited as they're ready to. Sorry, Thrawn should be limited until they're ready to full-fledged do Luke. Agreed.
Sure. No, I agree with that. That's a great point.
You can't have. Yeah, you can't do it without.
You need Luke. You do. And I want just little hints of him, sprinkle him here and there in the story. And when they're ready, give us the Luke and Thrawn story.
Graham wants to play Luke. Let him do it, man. He looks so much like Mark already. I don't know.
Honestly, at this point, I don't even care who plays Luke. Just someone play Luke. I
mean, I would still care. I don't want someone shitty coming in and playing Luke. Like,
no, I don't either. But I don't even care if it's Sebastian Stan, and he might look a little older. But guess what? At this point, we're now 10 years past Return of the Jedi.
Grandmaster Luke, like he's a little grizzled.
Just do it. Get it done, Lucasfilm. It's a bummer because they're not going to hear any of this shit ever.
No, they're not.
And we're the people who care.
If they do, it's going to be us attacking them. It's not even going to be like constructive criticism.
But I'm not. Like I want this movie to be so good because we were so hyped about it early on, right? Because we thought what was going to happen, and I'm not saying that has to happen. But you've set up a story. Now take us towards that story.
I get called a shill for being hyped for these movies. It's so hard to be hyped when I'm hearing this shit right now. Like,
Right?
like seriously, like even if I wanted to shill, I couldn't. It's horseshit. Like, put it plain and simple. Like,
I want to shill too. Thank you. I want to.
like,
You're absolutely right, man.
like I wish I was in the opportunity. I wish I wanted to. Like, I really do. I don't. Like, Agent Llama Prop, once again, maybe they're so cheap they gotta give Dave a voice. Yeah, I mean, honestly, don't speak it into fruition. That's it's plausible.
They should have invented an entirely new villain for Mando. I mean, that's what Gideon was.
I'll say, yeah, they tried.
Right, that's what Gideon was. And Gideon worked and whatever, and now he's gone. So it's like it is time to move this story to up the scale, right? It's Mando and the New Republic against the Empire. And of course, as they face more dangerous foes like Thrawn, he's going to need to bring in some help. And that's going to be,
Boba,
Luke and Boba and
Talon,
Han and
possibly Talon even.
I would hope so, right? The smugglers are going to have to get involved, like the pirates are going to have to get involved, that kind of
Blacks.
thing.
I mean, not Black Sun, but any of the syndicates. Like, people are going to be making moves from this.
That should be what's happening. Yeah.
Also says, but at the same time, that's kind of what the effect is, I guess. With I'm assuming that isn't in relation with having a new villain, like what them doing Embo.
I mean, it's almost like though because we already know about Embo, it's kind of like, really?
Glad you're doing better, dude. RJ, once again, Cad Bane should be the villain of the Mando movie if they want a bounty hunter villain, especially his survival has been hinted at in the finale of Book of Boba Fett. Yeah. Although, I mean, I'd still be fine with it, but at this point, Cad coming back in a movie or show just to be menacing. I mean, we saw it in Boba, but we also saw it in Bad Batch. I mean, at this point, I feel like Cad Bane's almost getting used too much.
Yeah, like I would have been
Crush.
fine with it if he wasn't in the Boba show. I would have been like, "Oh, sick! Cad Bane's gonna be in this movie." Like that would have
even been
cool.
a better return.
Yeah,
arguably.
Right. But I leave him dead, please. Please stop reviving all the characters.
I want lightsabers to actually do something again. That's
that too. Oh man,
Grogu is the draw. Yes, he is. He is the cash cow.
Yep.
Not the villains. That is their bet. Baby Yoda's back. Oh my god, that's the hope.
I hate how much you're right, but yeah, you're right.
Blah blah. Yeah, that's exactly how it feels right now. Tom Hardy as Dirt, dude. That would be. Yeah, that would. I
nice
I
guys.
See that.
I don't.
Nice guys. Tom Hardy could be good for Darth Malgus. I mean, from Bane with the Bane voice. I mean, I'd be excited to
that'd be cool. Yeah, he'd look good in that outfit too.
Dan says Tom Hardy made Venom. Anyone else in those movies would flop. Exactly right. That's exactly right. Love Topher Grace, but it's not Eddie Brock.
Dude, Topher Grace.
Thank you, Rossi. Speaking of this, yes, I as of yesterday, I am one of the 5 new brand ambassadors for Theory Sabers. Use code CantinaTalk for discount at checkout. Yeah, I'm
excited to see the future.
Man. And with that, I'm going to announce quickly as well. Last minute, I just decided that I am making a trip to MegaCon Orlando. I will be flying in and there from Wednesday till Monday for the entire con. Rossi and I are going to be hanging out. I'll be at the Theory Sabers booth every single day, hanging out with the Nerd Vendors as well. So yeah, I'm excited.
That is sick,
see
man.
some of you all there.
MegaCon. So tell me a little bit about that. Like, are there any? There's like some big names there, right? Like, from what I've seen.
To be honest, I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to get anything like in terms of like photos and autos.
Right, it's a little late now.
Yeah, but honestly, I want to just go not only to support Theory Sabers in this new venture we're on together, but also to, I've been asked so many times, people, are you going? I want to just be there with everyone. There's so many people going. I want to just be there and be with the people. If that makes sense.
Yeah, very cool, man. That's awesome. Hope you put together a little video too, so that'd be cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna be filming the entire time. This is gonna be my first like trip for for YouTube. This is me. Well, I guess Fan Expo Chicago was, but the first
Yeah.
like real big one. This is gonna be insane. It's gonna be fun.
Right on. Right on.
I like Paul Rudd with Judd Apatow, not so much in Marvel.
Yeah.
I think when anyone is with Judd Apatow, they improve.
He was fine as Ant-Man. I just hated that third one. Man, that was bad.
I mean, the second one wasn't bad. It wasn't amazing either, but I mean, it's Ant-Man. Like, I don't know. Ant-Man has never really appealed to me. It's never had like that wow factor. Big One alone dominates anything Star Wars has made recently. Dude, 100%.
I'd say Andor comes close, but yeah.
Honestly, I don't know if Andor's writing is on par with the Penguins.
Oh, see, that's why I think like Andor's strong suit is. I think it's the writing, but I you know, it doesn't really.
It's like comparing like a grapefruit and like an asparagus. Like it's like the genres are so different.
Yeah.
Like Oz wouldn't survive in Star Wars, and Star Wars wouldn't survive with Oz. Like
right.
Star Wars wouldn't survive in Gotham. It just doesn't work.
Yeah. No, fair point. Fair point.
Nothing coming till 2026, unfortunately. Joe, I'll let you. You're more of a Trekkie on that one.
I mean, we are reaching that territory, right? Because like, so I am a big Star Trek fan. They just released a movie this week called Section 31. And for those of you that don't know, Section 31 is kind of like the CIA of Star Trek, like the spy organization, like secret Black Ops, Area 51. Yeah. And holy shit, I haven't even watched it, but the reviews from all the critics, fans, you name it,
24%
are saying
IGN give it a 2. IGN gives everyone a 7. What do you mean?
Right. They're saying it's bad. And like, this was a straight to streaming movie, right? And not only that, but Discovery was bad. This is a spinoff from Discovery, basically. Lower Decks is over, which was one of the only good shows they were doing. And Strange New Worlds is like the one thing we have to cling to. I mean, Star Trek is in a really, really bad spot. Picard season 1 and 2, horrible. We're at the point where like there just aren't that many Star Trek fans anymore. No one wants to watch this shit.
I could be wrong, and correct me if I am. I feel like, from what I've heard anyway, like the Orville is more interesting at this point.
It is, and I love the Orville. We are getting another season of that. It was announced it's going into production here, I think next month, which is awesome because the Orville understands. Here's the great thing: the Orville understands what works from a story standpoint, and they're not trying to just bait off of nostalgia, right? What they're doing is implementing that strategy of how to create the story, how to tell the story, and they're doing it in their own way. Whereas the only thing Star Trek has left, and this is a same issue with Star Wars, right? All they know what to do is to use nostalgia. Let's bring in Spock again. Let's bring in Kirk again. You know, even in Strange New Worlds, like, yes, it's the best of the, mess of shows we've gotten from them, but like at the same time, it's just baiting us with nostalgia. It's not really going anywhere. We all know where it's headed because it takes place right before the original series. I don't know, man. You're right. Star Wars is very, very close. We're treading dangerous waters here.
Going into the murky waters.
We are. I mean, we have a Mando movie. I mean, we know Andor season 2 is going to be good. I'm not going to like.
Yeah, there's no way that flops. There's Agent Lomberhop said too, like, the Penguin is masterclass and Andor's really good, like a 9.5 out of 10 / 8 out of 10. Like,
right.
Yeah, like Andor, you like, especially from season 1, Andor is going to be good. Like, Andor season 2 is going to be a hit regardless.
Andor is going to be good, but here's the thing about Andor, right? Like, we know it ends with Rogue One, and it's over. So it's like you can't really build off of Andor. We need something they can build off of.
Yeah, I mean,
they were supposed to this. Right. They were supposed to be building off this Mando era with Ahsoka, and even Skeleton Crew allegedly was supposed to be in this era, which it is, but it doesn't really build off of anything. No, and now we get the movie. Story. Right. And now we get a movie though, and then we get Ahsoka season 2. So we are really, I wouldn't say we're one flop away from being where Star Trek is. We are 2 flops away. And that is the movie, the Mando movie, and then Ahsoka season 2. Those projects are happening.
And I will say, I've honestly been so surprised to see how many people are like actually excited for Ahsoka season 2, Because I mean, I don't know about you. When we were making videos during those like the time for Ahsoka, I feel like everyone was hating it. Like
Yeah.
everyone was shitting on it hard. But now all of a sudden everyone loves it. So I'm like, Ahsoka season 2 anyway really is the last chance to get
Yep.
this shit right.
Yeah. Ahsoka's one of those interesting ones because you're right. Like when it was airing, people were not fond of it, but
Dude,
now
The
people
amount
are
of
kind of
comments
like.
I was getting like from people, like it was just
I mean, yeah, you would think it
Yeah.
was like the fucking Acolyte or something.
thank you. Like seriously, it's not that bad.
No,
It's
it actually
really not.
and I said this probably a few months ago when I rewatched Ahsoka for the first time. Watching it all back together, I was like, that was better than I remember. And I think a lot of people probably kind of had the same experience.
That's what I felt when I had the steelbook and I was like rewatching all the episodes. I'm like, damn, I forgot like how much I got invested into the story
It just feels like Star Wars at the end of the day.
in its own way. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it does. It feels like a good combination of like prequel and OT.
I think this comment goes along into that perfectly well. Filoni is playing in a sandbox with his own character and feeding antagonists from legends that were meant for Luke. That were meant for Luke to his characters.
Yeah. That's one of the big issues right now, right? It's like we can't keep playing in this era, this Mando era. I'm just going to keep calling it Mando era, right? New Republic era, sure, without eventually bringing in Luke more.
How can you?
And Leia and Han.
I'm surprised they've done it for this long, too.
Right. Dude, Luke didn't even get mentioned in Ahsoka season 1. I remember that was one of the things we're all like,
but
what?
Luke and Ahsoka know each other randomly in Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah. Oh, who can help me figure this shit out? Like, she goes to Sabine? Like, she doesn't go to Luke?
Luke would be the person to go to. Like, Luke collects artifacts. Like, that's what he does. Like,
right. That was like, I it's all coming back to me now. Like, wow, Ahsoka season 1, we're kind of like, what is
that first
happening?
episode was okay. That first episode was a little rough. Like,
it was
the Sabine stabbing. Like,
yeah, it was slow, man. It was like, oh, I don't know where this is going, and not sure I like it.
I just hope it's not this direction.
No. I will walk
clones.
I'll be done.
I don't.
My clones. My clones. Look what you did to my clones.
Clark says, FYI, what did you think of the Rogue Squadron radio chatter? I muffled my
I like it, but honestly, if you send in stuff like that and you want me to use it, it needs to be clear mic. Like it needs to be, crystal clear because I mix everything down in a DAW. So
I mean, I can back Joe up on this. I've been re-recording lines for weeks. like not in a bad way.
We have one to go. No. It's like, I mean, I was talking to Sebastian today. I mean, I think Sebastian re-recorded one line for me 4 or 5 times today, but hey, we got it.
No, I lost my voice the other day, just like I'm screaming in here. Like Al Sems, once again, he is working for the Republic as a bounty hunter. Why would a single bounty hunter go after Thrawn?
Oh, I'm not saying they're gonna be like, go get Thrawn. I'm saying he's gonna be hunting down the warlords. He should be.
From what they left off season 3 with, that's what is going to happen.
Right. That's supposed to be what's happening. And all that needs to happen is for him to get to get wind of Thrawn. Thrawn is out there. There's someone out there that's like pulling all these guys together. And then he reports that back to the New Republic, bring in Luke, bring in Leia, because she's literally like the director of the Defense Council. Like where
she sets up the New Republic's Navy. Like,
yeah.
I mean, you know what happens to Coruscant. That Navy is going to be needed. Why are we not getting that at least a little bit elaborated on? Except like a one-off comment that Leia is in Ahsoka. Like that's
well, Leia allowed this. Okay, at least we got Leia mentioned. I guess Luke didn't get mentioned at all, but
we got one of the twins. It's a plus. it's not there, but it's a step forward.
They use him for low-level jobs. I mean, I think so. Yes, but like they definitely
work way up to it though.
Yeah, like watch season 3 again, because Carson Teva, when he talks to him, he's like, we need help rounding up some Imperials.
And the way that they made it sound like was that they were talking about the Shadow Collective, because I could be wrong, but I believe that scene with them was like because it was in episode 7, right? That Shadow Collective showed
7, we got the Shadow Collective. Yeah.
So like with that scene following like the next episode, it feels like a continuation of that. I could be wrong though.
And it feels like it to me. I think unless we just had the totally wrong idea here, and this
If
Thrawn
so-
movie, or not Thrawn movie, Mando movie is just like some offshoot side episode that's just 2 hours long. Like, I'm sorry, I don't want just a random story that's 2 hours long. Like, if you're gonna take this era to the big screen, kick it off with some freaking style, man.
Yeah,
Make us care. Yeah, make us care about what's going to happen next. Like, I'm sorry, I don't care if Imbo dies or lives or gets blown into a billion pieces and then they eat him. I don't care. I don't care what they do with Imbo.
No, okay, no one's gonna know who Embo is. Like, everyone's gonna be so confused at who this character is. I will say,
care.
Yeah, it's you said murky waters. It's not. Is Thrawn going to take over at Aden? Isn't it close to Dathomir? I don't think anyone except the New Republic's getting at Aden. They're like, when the New Republic finds out about how much gold is there, well, that gold, the New Republic or the Old Republic credits, that's gonna fund the New Republic. That's gonna be their bargaining chip. So
yeah, definitely interesting, man. There's a lot of gold there, and I like. How can the New Republic control all that? I mean, they'll probably try to, but can they? We'll see. That's an interesting plot point. I'd love to see the continuation
season
of
2.
that.
Make it happen.
Yeah, make it happen. That's right. Unfortunately, the ratings aren't quite there, but you know.
Yeah, that's. I was gonna say like Andor's, but I was like, Andor's got better though. And it showed up on Nielsen. Elle says, "See, that sounds cool, but they need the Shadow Council to set up the First Order, so you can't have it fail. Thrawn will fail. Thrawn will fall, which will give their way to the First Order. That Thrawn, if they go like everything with Thrawn's movie in The Last Command, yes, Thrawn's gonna end up dying. Spoilers,
yes,
but like, and obviously we have to get to that First Order, and that would be the way to do it. I think if they're going to go that route." But I wouldn't, and I mean, and I feel like they kind of are with having Hux's dad in the Shadow Council.
Right.
Like,
only one member needs to be alive, and that's Hux.
Yeah, Hux's, yeah, and that works. Yeah,
Thrawn will fail though. You are correct. I mean, this is all correct, right?
Yeah, like Thrawn isn't gonna live until
right.
the First Order.
Unfortunately, we're headed to the sequels, no matter what.
Just make Heir to the Empire, Dave, with Sebastian Stan. Stop trying to ruin it. That's all we got. Like,
yep. The story's right there, man. The story's there.
Scientists, like, you would think I'm like a NASA engineer. Like,
it's honestly though, it's perfect right now because Ahsoka and Sabine and them, they're all off in this other galaxy, and we don't have to freaking worry about them. Yes, we'll have Ezra. Great, sure.
Dude,
Ezra can join Luke and hang.
He can train Jason at the temple. Like,
yeah, perfect. You know what? And now give us the Thrawn story. Give us the real Thrawn story, the one we all want to see, which is Heir to the Empire, and make it fucking good.
Also, too, Ezra has a connection with Ben Kenobi. Like, Ezra knew Ben. He was on Tatooine. I don't know if he saw, but because no, I wouldn't say Ezra didn't see Luke. Kenobi did, but like Luke was in that Rebels episode as well. Like, they also have that connection.
Yeah, it'd be cool to see them, converse and everything, and have to, I'd love to see Ezra training students with Luke. That'd be cool.
I would too. What do you think of this casting here? Jennifer Lawrence as Leia. I was not expecting to see that in here. That's
J-Law.
My wife and I just watched Don't Look Up. I just tried to show her it anyway.
Yeah. That's one to rewatch. I've never rewatched that movie. You like that movie?
Yeah, I find it fun. And
really?
Yeah, it's an interesting movie. It's an interesting, like, to me, it's like kind of like The Martian. Like, it's an interesting movie.
Okay, that's a fair point. It is interesting, but I did not.
I mean, I feel like Jonah Hill really isn't acting all that much. Like, I don't know. Like,
yeah, he's pretty funny in it, and so is Timothée Chalamet. He's kind of funny in it too.
I fucking love fingerling potatoes. Yeah,
yeah, he's funny. It was just like weird because Leo was in it, and it's like I don't know. I guess I expected
Leo and Kate Blanchett. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's just like so weird how that played off, but.
I don't know. He's got the Midwestern accent though down in it though. That's for sure.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Back to the casting. They used the same guy for Han Solo, and Donald Glover as Lando. Again, it can work. I mean, I would. The only thing I'd change here is I do want
Billy Lord.
Billy Lord. Yeah, Billy Lord is Leia. I just think it's the right thing to do.
I mean, yeah, it's
And the
she's there.
voice.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, like another one for the movie, maybe season 3 should have set up a new villain instead of going back to Gideon. Yes, Gideon should
Also very fair.
Gideon should not have come back. That, yeah, great. It's not bad. It's not a bad lineup. We already went over that. Do you think we'll ever get a Dooku deep dive? Ask me if you would have asked me when we first got everything with Tales, like the Tales trailers for Tales of the Jedi. I would have told you 100%. Now, not a clue. They're sleeping on some of their best characters.
You got Tales. I think that's all it is. You got Tales. That's what you're getting. Maybe a book.
I mean, we already got Jedi Dooku Lost.
True.
Like,
is that even canon anymore?
No, it's not. But I mean, to me, it's. I mean, everyone has their own head canons, but that's the Lost 20 are canon though, because it's in Attack of the Clones, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, in Attack of the Clones, Joe Costa was talking to Obi-Wan in the archives, and they have all the heads of the Lost 20. So I don't know. Maybe it's canon. I don't remember to be exact, but Andor season 2 has the ability to open it up though. But it's also locked to getting to a certain point in time with Rogue One starting. So you have to
That's right.
You have to get to that point by the end of it. So whatever
they've already said.
Yeah.
They've already said Andor season 2 will end with the beginning of Rogue One, basically.
Just like how Rogue One ended going into A New Hope. Agreed. Thank you. It definitely does.
Oh.
But I don't even know if it would be successful off that reboot. I don't even think it would. I think it would be so diminished.
With the current management, I'm really not sure either, to tell you the truth. So,
Archie says, given we have a lot of fan cast here, who would be a great Aldrich Randall as the Tragic Inquisitor, who was also an actor? Wants to know if he's redeemable and speaks as if he is in play at all times.
I'm horrible with fan cast. I just leave it to everyone else and listen to theirs. So that's not my thing.
Yeah, that's how I wouldn't even have a clue where to start.
I feel like you're pretty good with fan casts typically, but you need to think about the character a little bit, probably.
I don't know. Okay, the first person that comes to mind. Sorry, I have to pull up the cast of Underworld for this. I cannot remember his name for some reason. Charles Dance, or Bill Nighy. That's who I was thinking of. Bill Nighy. That I could see that with that. Holy.
All right, guys. What's going on? Little preview because I'm freaking bored and I want to shit. I'm bored of talking about these movies that are not going to be good.
Chimera looks great.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Those boots, I've not seen. This is my first time seeing any of this. Like in terms of like these shots, this is great.
I'm hearing the vocals. I know you guys aren't, but yeah.
I love that Pelion. Like I don't know. I love the like Sam Elliott mustache on Pelion. Thrawn looks so good too.
Yeah. So there you guys go. Whoa.
Oh.
Not go too far here. Little talent card and Pelly in action. Yep. There he is. It's coming along, guys. That's all I'm gonna say. It's coming along. Stay tuned.
Let's see. Where were we in chat?
We were with the Inquisitor. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what DC has been going for. The Penguin, it builds up to the Batman Part 2 in the future of Matt Reeves stuff. Andor ends after season 2, which is yes, unfortunate.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Like it's about building to something bigger, and Marvel did it perfectly the first go around. Right now we're
doing it again too.
We're gonna see. I'm gonna hold my breath until I see Captain America and Fantastic Four and all that shit. But we're gonna see.
I mean, I'm honestly, Joe, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Captain America 4 is going to be a hit. Honestly,
Really?
dude, have you seen how many product promotion trailers they've released? They have several tied. American Family Insurance,
Yeah.
like you name it. They've already, I guarantee you, they've already made back their budget on the back end with these brand deals and promotions already. Like with Microsoft too. Like they
Maybe.
definitely, and reportedly the budget's only 180 million. So
No, but I'm not talking about like if they'll turn a profit. Like, I think they will. I agree with. They'll turn
what
a
I'm saying,
profit.
like I think the tide is going to turn with this movie, and that's gonna like
But like, will
get
it
it
be
going.
a bona fide like hit with the audience? That's the question I'm asking. More so.
We'll see. I'll see what Anthony Mackie said. We'll see how they feel in March.
Okay.
Because I mean, I don't know. Like it could just be the hype around the movie. Because they said that like in the Fandango interview, like, um, this is rated the #1 most anticipated movie for the year. Which honestly, I think that's definitely inflated. But Anthony Mackie said, "Well, that's great, but we'll see if that's the case in March." So
Yeah.
that doesn't leave me with like the best hope, but it's still there.
I'm kind of like, I think it'll turn a profit, but I'm just like, is it really gonna get people that interested again in the MCU? Because I think Fantastic Four definitely. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
Fantastic
one.
Four, 110%. If this movie doesn't do it, that will, and Thunderbolts will.
Yeah, I think that's really gonna. I think Fantastic Four is really gonna kick off like the next era of these, movies. So.
I'm gonna be biased. Totally, I can already hear the comments coming. Daredevil, Born Again. I think it's gonna really like.
Oh
So
yeah, I
many,
think that's
so
gonna be
many
big too.
people are like, they are so excited for Daredevil, Born Again after this trailer.
Mhm.
That's really gonna be the determining factor if they nail the show, which I think they're going to.
Yeah, I think they are. It seems like they got the tone down correct. So.
All right, we are almost caught up in chance. Once we do that, we will get out of here. We're about at that 1 hour mark.
Yeah, that sounds good.
L says, which is the road Star Wars is going down with the Clone Wars flashback scenes again in Ahsoka, nostalgia baiting, which worked with the Force Awakens, but unfortunately leads to disappointment when the new stuff is. I'm assuming he's saying like when the new stuff falls flat.
I think he actually continues it here. Falls flat. Yeah. So that's the thing. I mean, and we talked about already. Like, you can't just keep nostalgia baiting and being like, "Look, it's Anakin. Look, it's," you know what I mean? Like, if like I want to see Luke as much as anyone else, but I want to see Luke in this like progressive story, right? I want to see it move forward. I don't want to see Luke just in a hallway every time and then he's gone. I want to see what's he doing. Is he going to build this school? What are his students doing? Like, you know what I mean? Is he going to take on Thrawn? Like, there's questions and there's, you can actually show us stuff instead of just like being like, hey, it's Luke. Bye. See you later. Now Ahsoka's going to go do her whole thing.
I mean, I might sound like a Luke fanboy, which I mean everyone is, but Star Wars is Luke Skywalker. Luke Skywalker is Star Wars. Star Wars is Luke Skywalker fighting the Empire. That is when you dwindle down Star Wars, that's what it is.
I would take it. I'll take it even a step further. Star Wars is the Skywalkers in general.
The Skywalker, okay, not the Skywalker saga, what we got, but this 1 through 6, that's the Skywalker saga. That is Star Wars. That's what Star Wars is.
George Lucas himself said it's a family drama, basically. But now, post Episode 9, there are no Skywalkers. I'm sorry. Rey is not a Skywalker. You can say she is.
She's a Palpatine. She's a Skywalker on her own technicality.
For sure.
Which is coined by herself.
Right, because they force adopted her through as ghosts. No one
gave a verbal confirmation of that even being true to begin with either. Like they just had them show up and smile at her. That like, oh, now you're a Skywalker? What? That's like Tony Soprano smiling at me and then me telling like, oh yeah, I'm a Soprano now. Like what? Like what? That doesn't even make any sense.
I'm Cade Soprano.
Like that's what I'm saying, dude. It's like you watch The Sopranos one time and you turn Italian. That's not how that works. Like it's, I don't know.
Yeah.
Andor's Gold. I know Josh and Theory don't like them, but I disagree with them. I do too. Josh and Theory love them, but they they give Andor.
they're kind of funny about Andor.
Bricks and screws.
Yeah, they actually crack me up. The funny thing is, actually, I follow Theory quite a bit. And, like when Andor was airing, he liked it. It wasn't like he disliked it. He just, at the end of the day, it doesn't feel like Star Wars. There's no Jedi Sith. There's no Skywalkers. Like, it's just, so I get it.
And I understood his complaints too. Like, how do you have Star Wars and not have the Force in it? That's valid. Like, Star Wars, that's a main part of Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, like you said, like, Theory still enjoyed himself watching it. Josh, I don't know. Josh hates the Penguin. Josh is insane for that. I don't know how the Penguin
I know.
Josh is terrible. Like, I don't know how Josh hates the Penguin, but he says this is sleep fest.
Does he like Matt Reeves' Batman?
Rossi will know the answer to that question. I have no clue.
See, I think Matt Reeves' Batman is the best, number one. But whatever.
That's to be determined. We have to wait for the DCU Batman.
True. I actually that could be cool. Yeah.
I feel like Alan Richardson, he takes the cake on that if he gets it anyway.
Is he the? Oh, they haven't announced. Okay,
I'm hoping so. Dude,
he would be a good. Yeah,
like,
he's huge, dude. He's perfect.
Have you like heard him as Raph? And
no.
like, dude, he already has, like, come on, it's right there. Agent Lammerpop says still not really fond of Ahsoka. It's better than Acolyte, but that's not a high bar.
I like Ahsoka.
Tales of the Jedi is better. I would watch I'd watch Tales of the Empire all over again. I didn't think it was bad either. I would watch that over the Acolyte a million times. Like, I'd watch the Clone Wars movie. I don't know.
I would watch the Clone Wars movie before Acolyte any day of the week. And I do not like the movie.
Yeah, that's fair. Delta Dan, Andor is gold. And already.
Wonder how they feel about it after Acolyte. I think they think Acolyte's... I've heard Theory say, and I think verbatim, Acolyte is the biggest piece of dog shit that Disney's ever produced. So, I don't know.
You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah.
I watched it again. Ezra's arc is still silly. Him not wanting to use his saber drives me nuts. There's just a lot of things about it that don't make sense. Yeah, that kind of was like. I mean, I understood because, like, he's been without it for so long. But I don't know, dude. I still can't see Ezra being like, no, you keep it, and then just build a new one the next day. Like, that doesn't. I don't know. I get why they did it, Kanan. Like, this, once again, nostalgia baiting, but I don't know. It didn't feel earned, I should say. I don't really like how Ahsoka handles Thrawn. He's not nearly as intelligent as he should be. I will say he doesn't feel as calculated as he did in Rebels either. Like, he definitely doesn't feel as, like, in control of everything. Like, he is, but he isn't. Like, he doesn't have a grip on everything. It kind of felt like, which makes sense. He's in a new galaxy, but
yeah, I'm really curious to see his next appearance, right? To see if he.
I mean, that'll determine. That, like,
yeah, there's a lot writing on what's coming up, man. Like I said, we got 2 projects, and we are either lift off or we're in a bad spot. Yeah,
I mean, at this point, if it flops, Cryptos is not to take me home. I'll just do DC and Marvel stuff until Star Wars turns back around. Like,
until they sell it, man.
Yeah, sell it back. Filoni desperately needs Zahn as a second writer or script advisor. Zahn,
Give me the blue man.
Luceno, you name it.
Zahn should be there to consult and write Thrawn. He's the mastermind.
Yeah. Thrawn, I mean, but I would just say, like, look at the writers who really handle the characters great with Legend stuff. Have them in a meeting together. Once again, the new characters were solid. The Hound recasting will be good. Under, he discovers Abeloth and feed another Luke Legends villain to Ahsoka. I mean, yeah, with Abeloth, I honestly don't even know how much of Abeloth we'd even get. Like, I don't know if they could, like, I don't know how much or if they're even gonna go fully for it. Like, I don't. That feels too fantastical almost for me. Like, I don't know. Like, I could see it, but it won't be how it is in Legends, I should say.
We didn't talk about the recasting. I like it. Decent choice.
Not my preferred choice, but he got the blessing from Rey's family. So
yeah, he's big and imposing though, and I think that could work.
Yeah.
Hopefully they're gonna need to do some
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
Work up
Gerard
here.
Butler looks so much like Ray Stevenson already.
Yeah.
I did, and he meant on Navarro.
He's talking about He's talking. We're back to talking about him helping with the Shadow Collective. I don't know, man. I think it was fairly set up that he was going to help the New Republic take care of the Empire. Not that he was going to go after the throne. I watched all this recently before Skeleton Crew. No, because the pirates are in season 3. Yes, but they're actually gone from Navarro by the end of season 3. They're not there anymore at all.
Yeah,
They've all been taken care of already.
That's just Mando's new summer home. He just has a plot of land there. Like that's when he's not doing his missions. That's where he's gonna be. That's kind of how it like that's his safe haven.
Right, like he goes into the New Republic base like right before that scene.
I mean, yeah, because because Carson came up to him and was like offering him almost like the job. Like Carson's gonna be his handler. So
yeah, he essentially says like I need something a little like I want to be able to pick and choose like my bounties from now on. So, yeah.
They destroyed the base on Navarro with the big Imperial one on. They destroyed the base on Navarro, the big Imperial one, right? So it meant the leftovers from that base on Navarro.
That's not what he meant. I'm
respectfully, I don't.
Can someone else chime in?
I want Vietnam.
I respectfully disagree because man, when season 3 was airing and that episode aired, everyone was like, "Oh shit, he's like gonna go after like the Shadow Collective." Like that was what everyone thought. Like
I remember the videos, like, oh, like he's going after Thrawn. Like that was like
everyone just thought like he's gonna clash with Thrawn at some point.
Yeah,
and I'm not saying he's going to be the main person to face Thrawn, and I definitely
I don't even think they'll come face to face. I would be very surprised if they do.
I hope not.
I hope not. Like, I mean, Rook is already dead, so we need someone. But I don't know.
Hellion, possibly.
Oh, okay. I would be surprised if Pelion doesn't get captured at some point. Like,
oh, that'd be interesting.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, you're gonna deal with Rod of the Hutt being captured there.
I meant Andor season 2, one upping Penguin. That makes sense.
Oh, that's possible.
I could
possible.
I could see that. But
it's gonna be fine.
With season 2 Penguin up Andor season 2, that would be the real test.
Well, Batman too.
That's fair too. What
are the animations you got? Nothing.
Wouldn't you like to know?
Yeah, wouldn't you like to know? We're working, man. We're working. I got some things. Got a pretty nice little thing. I'm gonna show you guys soon.
I want to see some Old Republic stuff about Shmi's ancestors that turned to be homicidal Sith Lord.
I've never heard of that, but I believe you. Sounds like a Legends thing. Sounds like an EU thing.
Did you hear? Did that come through on the mic?
What?
Didn't hear? Okay, we're good.
No.
I turned my head, my neck cracked really loudly.
No, I didn't hear anything. I didn't hear anything crazy.
Not letting Theory off the hook after you're giving Andor episode 8.
Did he really?
Are you for real? That's
fuck that. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Come on, I can't agree with him there. He's going down a road I can't follow.
There's no way Narkina 5 was rated an episode it was rated 1 out of 10. Are you sure?
Like one of the best episodes.
That's what I'm saying. Like
classic George Lucas too, with like the THX like references.
Dude, okay, that yes, that feeling is there with it. He doesn't like the Batman, and no, he doesn't like emo
Batman.
I can totally see Josh saying
that.
That
is something he would say. Yeah, that's a good point. But man, I'm sorry that the Batman is so good. Josh Lucas said actually feels nicer. Oh my gosh. Acolyte respects George Lucas. I mean, not Acolyte. Sorry, Andor respects George Lucas. Acolyte does not.
I love Josh. Josh wouldn't be Josh without these comments like this. That's what makes Josh Josh.
Yeah, I mean, he's a little.
This is the dude that got a fight with James Gunn on Twitter. So, like, and he got flamed. So, I love Josh. But yeah, everyone has different strokes for different folks. Everyone has their own likes and their own reasonings. But with all that wisdom being said, our last and final comment from Clark. Way back in a board of a video game, Shmi's last name. Sorry, way back in a board or a video game, Shmi's last name Skywalker is a peasant turned dark force user who figured out how to hover off the ground. Dude could destroy planets and stuff like that too. What in the nihilist am I reading? To me, that just sounds like nihilist. No,
Clark, if you find the receipts for that, send it in the Discord. I'm really curious now. Thank you. That's all I have to say.
I mean,
other than that,
yeah.
Other than that, let's call it, man.
Yeah,
I'm tired.
Andor episode 8 came out the same day as Tales of the Jedi, so he got his mood ruined watching it.
Oh yeah,
that's fair.
I remember that. No, Tales of the Jedi came out the same day that Andor premiered.
Did it?
Yes, it did. I remember. No, maybe I'm wrong. Fuck, I don't know. Maybe he might be right.
Because all of Tales episodes didn't drop at once.
Yes, they did.
Did they?
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta go back. I gotta go back. I'm not gonna sleep tonight. I'm gonna look at through some stuff.
October 26, 2022 is when it came out. Andor.
I thought Andor came out September. Was September?
Yeah, it was September 21st. So definitely
August.
It would have been around the 8th episode. That's probably about right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Damn. Yeah, because originally it was supposed to come out in August.
Let me see which episode it was. I got the release schedule here. October 26th was episode 8. Wow, he's right on, man. That is crazy. I remember watching all of Tales of the Jedi and then watching the Andor episode, or maybe I did it backwards, but I remember that in the same night.
Dude, I didn't. I'm just glad I waited to watch Andor all at once. It didn't ruin it for me.
Yeah, it's so crazy you didn't watch it week to week. Yeah, that's
I was like, when I get around to it, I'll watch it. I'm not too concerned.
Yeah.
So I know he's gonna die, so it was kind of just like, gotta give it a chance. But with all that being said, thank you so much for being here. This concludes episode 46 of Cantina Jargon. Yeah, I will not hold you guys any further. May the force be with you all. Thank you as always for being here. It's been Caden or Cantina Talk signing off. Joe, do you have any final words?
I got nothing. Fan film coming soon.
Stay tuned.
See you guys.
Use code